What is an unlawful combatant under international humanitarian law? Imagine being caught in a conflict where rules seem blurry, and not everyone fighting follows the same playbook. That's where the idea of an unlawful combatant comes into focus. Under international humanitarian law, which guides how wars are fought and how people are protected, this term refers to individuals who take part in hostilities but don't meet the criteria for lawful fighters. Lawful combatants are members of the armed forces or organized armed groups that follow specific rules. They wear uniforms or distinctive signs, carry arms openly, and conduct operations according to the laws of war. Because they follow these rules, they gain protections like prisoner of or status if captured. These protections mean they cannot be mistreated or punished without a fair trial. Unlawful combatants, on the other hand, are those who participate in hostilities but don't meet these conditions. They might fight without wearing uniforms, hide among civilians, or carry out attacks without following the laws of war. For example, fighters who do not carry visible signs or do not conduct operations openly are considered unlawful combatants. They do not qualify for prisoner of war protections and can be prosecuted under domestic criminal laws. It's important to know that international law does not officially recognize the term unlawful combatant as a separate legal category. Instead, anyone captured during conflict must be treated either as a prisoner of war or as a civilian protected under the Fourth Geneva Convention. If there's uncertainty about someone's status, they are presumed to be a prisoner of war until a tribunal makes a decision. This becomes more complicated in conflicts involving non-state actors like terrorist groups. These groups often do not follow the rules of international humanitarian law, and their members are sometimes labeled unlawful combatants. Despite this label, they still have rights under the law, including humane treatment and fair trials. The label unlawful combatant influences what rights a person has during war. Lawful combatants are protected as prisoners of war, but unlawful combatants do not get this status. Still, they must be treated humanely and have access to judicial processes. They can be prosecuted for their actions but cannot be subjected to treatment outside the bounds of international law. In essence, an unlawful combatant is someone who fights without meeting the legal criteria for lawful status. They lose the protections of prisoner of war status but still have rights to humane treatment and fair trials. This concept is especially relevant when dealing with terrorist groups and other non-state actors, where the rules of war are often tested and challenged.